Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Movie Markets Podcast. It is Thursday, November 13th, 2025. My day is almost halfway over. It's about 9 minutes to noon in Mountain Time Zone right now. So coming up on 2 o'clock for those of you on the East Coast. The stock market, of course, has been open for 3.5 hours almost now. Ugly. That's pretty much all you can say about today's market. It is absolutely ugly, and I don't know what to make of it. I'm looking at what's going on today, and I have a couple of thoughts. Part of what's going on today, I believe, is this whole thing that we talk about from time to time about buy the rumor, sell the news. Now, normally when we talk about this, we're talking about big economic reports. We're talking about an interest rate cut or an interest rate hike. We're talking about CPI data coming in or PPI data coming in, PCE data, whatever inflation indicator you want. We're talking about maybe a Supreme Court decision that's going to affect something economically in a big way. This time, I really think it has everything to do with the government shutdown. Not the whole sell-off. I don't think the sell-off has everything to do with the government reopening, the government shutdown and the subsequent reopening. I think the buy the rumor, sell the news had to do with this several day lead up to this several day lead up to the official vote for the government opening. And then today it's like, okay, well, what a waste of time that was. What a waste of resources that was. What a sham that was by one particular political party. And what it got for everybody was absolutely unequivocally nothing. And so I think the buy the rumor, sell the news thing is, hey, it's exciting. The government's going to open that back up. It's been way too long. It's been the longest government shutdown ever. People are struggling. People are hurting. Flights are getting canceled. Flights are getting delayed. People aren't getting paychecks. It's hurting the economy. We knew it would come to an end eventually. We knew, most of us knew it would come to an end without either party really benefiting from it at all. I think the Democrats were hurt by it. Chuck Schumer was obliterated by it. His whatever time he remains in the Senate, which at the most will be until 2028, because he does have those years remaining after his most recent election win. If he stays until 2028, and I personally doubt if he will, but if he does stay until 2028, I think he will lose his leadership position as the minority leader in the Senate, and his political career, for all intents and purposes, is over. And there's just no getting around that. He screwed up so badly. If in fact he was the primary pusher of Democrats to try and hold this line and not vote to reopen the government on a clean continuing resolution. So today is a letdown from that, I believe. And there might be some other things factoring into why the market is down today, but I don't think there's any real substance behind this move down. I don't think this is something that is indicative of more to come. I don't think we need to be in a serious panic mode about the sky is falling. I mean, it feels like it is right now. Well, I want to share something from a psychological standpoint, and I'm not a trained psychologist, so this is me having a little bit of understanding of the psychology of trading and the psychology of the market. Days like today are brutal to watch, especially if you're watching every single tick of the market. My small cash portfolio, I have a big portfolio that is my retirement, that's barely affected by today because it's almost all collar trades. Every stock position that is losing, I am gaining profit in the long puts and the short calls. So my collar trade portfolio is, it's drawn down maybe 1.5% today, but it's largely unaffected by what's going on today. I have a smaller cash portfolio that is just getting hammered today But as I look at each one of the individual positions in that portfolio, I am not pushing panic buttons on any of them. I'm not happy with what's happening today. I've got positions. I'll give you a couple of examples. I own this as a collar trade stock, but I also have Applied Digital Corp in an option trade, and it's getting hammered today. It's getting absolutely getting the crap knocked out of it, down 11% in a day. That's horrific. I am not worried about this stock coming back. In fact, I am not worried about this stock being back up in the $35 to $40 range probably before we get deep into first quarter of next year. I could be wrong, but that's where my thoughts are. I haven't seen anything change fundamentally about this company that validates this move down. This is purely technical. This is people profit taking. This is people deciding to rotate and put money in other places. And there's not a fundamental basis for this move down. I've got a position on Marvell. Marvell getting hammered today, just absolutely getting hammered. It's up a little bit off its low of the session, got down to, I believe its low of the session today, 84.73. Right now it's back up to 86.21. So it's, buck and a half off that low of the session, but it looks ugly. I'm losing money on this position today. It has not changed my long-term outlook for Marvell. In fact, Marvell, I believe recently got a couple of upgrades from some pretty large money managing companies. So again, it's a technical move that I think will ultimately prove to be a nothing burger within the next few trading days. I have a position on Palo Alto Network. This is probably the one in my portfolio that is getting hammered the hardest. In my cash portfolio, this position is just, it's costing me a lot of money today. But I look right here. Let me put this up on. Let me draw a line here. I look right here at this line at 205. Now they are a little bit below it right now, and they've been down as low as let's see. They've gotten as low today as 203. Right now they're trading at, where are they at right this second? 204.06. If they finish today at or really, really close to 205, and if they're up a little bit tomorrow, I think probably this 205 mark holds as a level of support, which let's be honest, it was tested as resistance here, here, and here, never broke through, came back up, got tested one time here, pushed through, got tested as support, pushed up, almost got tested as support here, getting tested as support here. If it's down again tomorrow, who knows? This could go down to 180, 185 easily. But if it holds, if they finish today close to 205 or above, or if tomorrow morning, even if they finish a little bit below it, if tomorrow morning at the open they're a little bit above it, I'm not going to worry about this trade and about this company, and I'm certainly not going to push any panic buttons. I've got similar things going on with Palantir, with Tesla, with the SPY. I'm getting killed on our SPY trade today, but look, I believe it's a one-off. Buy the rumor, sell the news. I don't think we're going to get crossed over technically on the RSI. I don't think we're going to get crossed over technically on the 5 and 20-day moving average. It's at the lowest point today. It's come right down close to test this sort of visual line of support here. I think today's going to be a one-off. Now, and like I said, it is really, really hard to watch. Today is the kind of day where you turn it off, you walk away. If you've done adjustments, if you've adjusted what you can, you turn off the computer, you walk away from it, you look and see tonight or tomorrow morning where things are at, and then see if you need to make further adjustments. Otherwise, you drive yourself nuts. I've already spent and I'm speaking from experience on this. I have already spent a little bit of time today driving myself nuts. I'm looking at the drawdown in my cash portfolio. I'm like, oh crap, that's a big drawdown in this cash portfolio. And I hate it. I don't like it, but I'm not panicking about it. I'm not having a panic attack. I'm not looking at other assets I can sell. I'm not rethinking what I do for a living. And I know sadly some people go through that. Some people go through that range of emotions where they just feel like this is so brutal. This is just, and it is. It is so hard to watch. I will not be surprised. Listen, I'm just, I don't want this to happen. I hope it doesn't happen. I will not be surprised if at some point in time we hit something called capitulation. Some people may think we've already hit that, where the algorithms take over, the selling accelerates. It's hard to imagine it accelerating much from where it's at right now, but literally where you see the selling accelerate, and it will not shock me. And again, I hope this doesn't happen. It will not shock me if the NASDAQ is down 700 points today. And I don't know that that would be a horrible thing because it would clear out, forgive me for saying this, it'll get rid of all the morons that we wish weren't trading at all. These are the people who are trading on pure emotion. They will be wrung out. They will be wiped out. They'll be gone. And then the markets can start behaving the way they should behave, which is based on earnings and based on, it will be based on valuations. It will be based on economic data. It will be based on forward guidance for companies. It will be based on profitability. The good, solid fundamentals will kick in and move some companies up and move some companies down in price. Overall, I believe it'll start moving things up. I have not soured at all on having a Santa Claus rally and seeing the S&P 500 probably before the end of the year. And yesterday it looked like maybe we were going to get there, but I don't think it's a stretch to think that the S&P 500 before the end of this calendar year, the end of December, is going to be up close to this 7,000 mark. Now, 3 days in a row, 4 days in a row, looked like we were kind of heading up that way. And then you got this one big ugly day that makes you go, oh no, the sky is falling, the sky is falling. I don't think the sky is falling. We might get another day of downward movement that is a little bit of a hangover. That could depend on whether or not in these last 2 hours of trading, we get a little bit of a bounce. If we got a little bit of a bounce and finished on the S&P, let's say about halfway between its best point in the day and its lowest point in the day. And this is a hypothetical. So right now it's down 112. And I would say right about, let's say right about here, maybe that would have, let's see, 678 or 6738. Add 60 points to that would be somewhere around maybe 6790. So let's say right in here, maybe that's about the halfway point between the highest it got today and the lowest it's been today. If that happened, I would consider that a victory, but I would also tell you that could come with a little bit of hangover tomorrow, meaning, maybe it dips just a little bit more and shakes out the very last of those people that we wish were not trading the markets. And then you're going to see it take off next week. You're going to see it move up, and I think you're going to see it move up pretty strong. Now, that's my prediction. I could be wrong. I don't have inside knowledge that tells me this for an absolute fact, but that's kind of what I think is going to be the case and kind of what I think is going to happen. And we'll see. We'll see where we're at with all of that. Again, I don't like watching it. I wish there was a way we could just not have to watch it at all. But what's happening is happening. There's no getting around it. If you're able to, and I hope you are, turn it off for these last 2 hours. Walk away from it, ignore it, and let's see what happens tomorrow morning. We made adjustments to the 3 triple play trades that we needed to this morning. The Tesla adjustment has not yet filled. Tesla is just getting crushed today. And I have not seen anything. Someone might know. And if you do, maybe send me an instant message. I don't know what's causing this massive sell-off on Tesla. I don't know if this is purely technical or if there was some piece of news that I'm not aware of yet. And I haven't done a super detailed search Tesla down over 7.5% today. I mean, that is just ugly. But as I searched earlier, um, Chinese robots are coming for Elon Musk's $1 trillion Tesla payday. I don't think that has anything to do. This was an article that broke yesterday. Maybe this has a little bit to do with what's going on with Tesla. I don't really know. The Waymo robo taxis are cool. I've got a daughter in San Francisco. I've been out there to visit her a few times. Her and one of my other daughters have ridden in Waymo. I have not. I don't think this is something that should be causing Tesla stock to sell off. That seems odd at the very least, and closer to absurd in my opinion. Um, uh, Tip Ranks is saying Tesla stock plunges, AI teams brace for impact. I haven't read the article. Don't know what that means. Don't know. Don't care. It seems like a very exaggerated, overblown move. We'll see. We'll see if Tesla rebounds and bounces back up, or if it continues down. Either way, we'll adjust a trade as needed. So anyway, try your best today to just walk away from it. Just put it in context with the big picture of what's going on. Don't be shocked if it's worse. There's still 2 hours to trade, and there are times in these situations, there are days like this where it just every passing moment it gets worse. I'd love to see a bounce in the last couple hours. That's not out of the question that happens, but I'm not holding my breath for it, and I'm not gonna stress if it doesn't happen. So hang in there. I'll be online tomorrow. I'll be on Discord with any additional adjustments we need to make, and hopefully we see a day that is a lot better than today. Hopefully that ends up being the case. So hang in there, everybody. Have as good a rest of your day as you can possibly have, and we'll be back tomorrow. Bye bye.